Now, my friend, as I was talking, in the book of Genesis, chapter number 1, verse 28, God comes to man and tells man, I've given you power, I've given you authority, and the authority I've given you, you must use it the way I use it also in heaven. Because in heaven, everything is subject under me. But the same image I have in heaven, I've invested the same image, the same pattern, the same work, the same authority inside you. Now, when you want to have peace on earth, one thing that you must do, you must subdue this spiritual army that has organized itself, that has a pattern of rulership, a pattern of manifestation. And because I'm God, I'm a spirit, I've put my spirit in you as a man. So, you as a man, you must rule these species of enemies that exist also in the spiritual world. For you to have peace on earth that I've given you to have dominion, you must first of all subdue that authority, subdue that force, subdue that power, so that you may have peace on land. And that is why when you're asleep, you dream about cows are chasing you, snakes are biting you, strange birds of the air are following you. Why? We have birds of the air that don't exist in the body, physical body, but they exist in the spiritual body. Capture that and rule it. It is under your feet. Make sure it is under your feet. We have fish of the sea that don't exist in the body, in the natural. They only exist in the spiritual world. They are not made for food. They are made to be ruled, to be subjected under authority, for man to have peace on earth. Number 3, there are animals on land that don't exist in the physical world, but they exist in the spiritual world. And that is why when you are asleep, because your body is now in bondage, asleep, dysfunctional, your spirit is active. That is why most people, you'll find them fighting with this now spiritual species, spiritual world that have been told to rule and to have dominion. Understand me? Most of the people, you find them that they're having nightmares. They're running away. Things are chasing them at night when they're asleep. What is fighting them in the spiritual world? It is actually the animals. The world they've been told to rule, to have dominion. The world itself of birds of the air, fish of the sea, animals of the land, creeping or moving. All these are fighting the authority of man. For you to have peace on the land, let your spirit have power. Gain the power that is God's image, so that you may have dominion over the earth. So you can never have dominion if you do not have the power to subdue that particular species and put it right under your feet. I hope you understand me now. Why? The spiritual world has a pattern of war. The way they have a pattern, you must understand the pattern. And that is why God now helps us to understand this pattern. God helps us to understand how do we wrestle, how do we fight to bring them down under our feet. Remember, before you understand the pattern, you must understand how did we lose God's image for this species to rule over us, including the devil himself, including Satan himself. We lost this authority in the Garden of Eden. After our forefathers, that's Adam and Eve, ate of the forbidden fruit, then we lost the authority. We lost that touch We lost that the reconciliation. We lost that connection with God. The mandate to rule was lost. But when Christ comes on earth, in the book of Acts, chapter number 1, and verses 28, verse 8, Bible says, and you shall receive power when the Holy Ghost comes upon you, and you shall be my witnesses in Jerusalem, Samaria, Judea, and parts of the world. He speaks in the book of Matthew, chapter number 28, verse 18, Bible says, and behold, all power in heaven and on earth has been given unto me. Therefore, go ye. That means Christ is restoring the godly image of authority that a man was given in the origin of the creation of man. I hope you're getting me.